Hello everyone, my name is Kirby G with Kirby G's Points and Miles. Just want to make a video discussing 5 credit cards that I want in my setup real bad. So the first card that I really want to talk about here is the IHG One Rewards Premier Business Card. I'm really liking IHG properties lately, and that is mostly where I stay for work, some type of Holiday Inn. And I already have amassed 72,000 IHG points naturally, as well as 38 nights so far in the year 2025. While I do not think this will be a yearly occurrence, I will never travel as much for work as I have done this year so far, more than likely. Being 2 nights from naturally hitting IHG Platinum status, it just makes sense for me to top that up with a nice little IHG business card. I lean towards the business card right now because I do want to preserve my Chase 524 status. For you of those who may not know, Chase will not approve someone if they have had more than 5 personal credit cards in the last 24 months, which I'm always just around. And while that rule seems to have changed a little bit with an introduction of the new Chase Sapphire Reserve, if I want this card, I want a welcome bonus, and I need to be safe. So the business card, I do have some business spend naturally. It is quite low, but we can hit a welcome bonus here. And the main reason why I want this card is not just for its 26x total points at IHG hotels or its anniversary night capped at 40,000 points that you can top up with some additional points, but it's right here. This redeem 3 nights, get the 4th free. I think this is one of the most underrated benefits out of any hotel card right now. A lot of other hotel credit cards will give you a fifth night free if you pay all with points, but that IHG card giving you that 4th night free for a points booking is just so much more powerful. I very rarely stay in a hotel for 5 nights. I'm gonna be honest, 4 nights is still even a little long, but I have been enjoying the Caribbean lately, and 4 nights in the Caribbean is kind of that perfect sweet spot. I'm really also interested in the Kimpton Seafire, which is an IHG property in the Grand Cayman Islands. Shout out to Uncle Luke, who really put me onto that property. It's 70,000 points per night, having, a nice little 140,000 points, plus my 71,000 that I already have. That's, 3 nights worth of points, 4th night free. This bonus alone would get me there. Now, there have been some larger bonuses in the past, and I really have to weigh, do I wait for this card? Do I get it right now? I'm not too sure. Out of all the credit cards I'm talking about today, this one will definitely be my next credit card, barring some other crazy welcome offer that comes out. I just don't know when the timing works. I would probably also use this card as my gas card since it gets 5x, and while getting 1 cent per point with IHG points can be difficult, if I want to cherry pick some properties, I can get around 0.7 to 0.8, and that'll probably be my highest gas category out of all the credit cards I have right now. And having the 3x as a catch-all is kind of tempting. Like I said, if I really know what IHG properties I want to stay at, and if they have good cent per point values, 3x IHG points might be a sneaky catch-all card in the future. Alright, so the second card that I'm interested in adding to my credit card portfolio is the Capital One Venture X. Now, everyone knows about this card. It's one of the most popular cards in the credit card game. Gives you a really nice 2x Capital One miles on all purchases. It also comes with a couple other nice perks as well. For a $395 annual dollar fee, you'll see a nice little $300 travel credit and 10,000 bonus miles after each anniversary year. Some people will say this card's effective annual fee is minus $5. And maybe I don't necessarily agree with that. A $395 card, which has basically a $0 annual fee in reality, that's pretty nice. And the number one reason why I want this card is for its priority pass. For the airports that I'll be spending the most time in over the next couple of months, it would be really nice to have a priority pass. Right now, the only lounge access I have is with the Delta Reserve. And while I am mostly flying Delta, American Airlines is kind of the new second option for me. If I'm flying American, I don't have lounge access. Well, that's not always the biggest thing. It would be nice to find a priority pass somewhere. And also, 75,000 bonus miles as a spending bonus, $4,000 in 3 months. I can knock that out fairly easily with my natural spend. And so this card would be perfect for me. I have never been pre-approved for this card. Every time it's a denial. And so I really have to balance, should I wait off on getting a couple more cards or exclusively getting business cards that don't report to my credit so I can wait out on this card? It's something I'm heavily considering. If all else fails, by the end of the year, you'll probably get a Watch Me Apply video with the Capital One Venture X. Alright, so the third card that I am interested in adding to my portfolio is the Citi Custom Cash. Now this is one of the most powerful credit cards in the entire game. Having 5% cash back on your top category of spend with a limit of $500 per month is something that I am very interested in. Having 5% cash back on dining or gas is something that, while living in California, would be quite helpful. Both of those are fairly high spend categories for me, probably food over gas. But like I said previously with the iCheap business card, I do not have a great gas card right now. The Delta Reserve is filling that void for me right now because it's giving me an extra 3x Delta miles per dollar spent as part of an Amex offer for a couple of months. But once that month is over, I'll probably just put it on a 2x card. So getting a Citi Custom Cash would just fix all those problems for me, get a nice little $200 cashback bonus for this as well. While I do not have a Citi Strata Premier to transfer those points out to, I could just bank up some points until I decide to get a Citi Strata Premier or Citi Strata Elite card, whatever that looks like when that drops here in the near future. Or I could just use it for its original intention and use it as cashback. It is kind of hard to justify adding or using a credit card slot for a $200 cashback bonus. And all that 5x is very tempting. It might be smarter for me to maybe get a Citi Strata Premier, downgrading that after a year to a Citi Custom Cash. I'm not too sure. What would you do in my situation? Don't have a gas card. Citi Custom Cash works, but that opportunity cost of losing out on maybe a larger welcome offer is what's kind of holding me back from this card. Alright, so the fourth credit card that I would like to add to my portfolio is the Hilton Honors Surpass card. And what else needs to be said about this card? It is one of the most powerful hotel credit cards in the game. And right now it has a really nice special offer that waives the annual fee in the first year. While this offer does sometimes have a free annual night attached, if you didn't want to wait for that, this $0 annual fee offer is absolutely great. And why this credit card I find to be very amazing is that it comes with Hilton Gold status, which is the best intermediate hotel status in the entire game. Not only do you get a $25 food credit, I have definitely seen some people get some pretty nice upgrades just with Hilton Gold status. And while the 12x on Hilton restaurants, 6x on dining and groceries and gas and online purchases is nice, Hilton points, can be hard to find a 1 cent per point value for them, but it's definitely possible if you do a little cherry picking. So even if I find, a nice 0.7 to 0.8 redemption, 6x on gas, that's still pretty dang good. Also, using that $200 Hilton credit, while I may not use it every quarter, that's okay. Even if I were to be conservative and say I use it twice a year, getting $100 off a $100 50 card, I would pay $50 a year for Hilton Gold. Also, on the year that I apply for this card, I probably will just put $15,000 worth of spend on it for that free night award. If I have to put $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on this card just to get the welcome offer, I may as well have this be my main spend card until I get that free night. I might even put a little rent spend on it. But overall, if it wasn't for the IHG card, this might be the next card that I get. And like I said, my travel plans have been kind of thrown around a little bit over the last couple months. And so while I wait to kind of figure out what my next trip would be and where I want to stay, and while I'm in these planning stages, I am holding off on getting my next credit card. But when I make that Watch Me Apply video, do not be surprised if it's the Hilton Surpass. And the final card that I would like to add to my credit card portfolio, you know her, you love her, the most controversial card in the credit card game right now, the American Express Gold Card. 4x on dining and groceries are some of the most powerful multipliers in the game, and being able to have both of those on one card is just something that I need in my life right now. The amount of money I spend going out to eat with friends and buying groceries is probably more than it should be right now. But if I'm putting that much spend in those categories, I should be trying to maximize it. Right now, I do have the Capital One Saver card, and as I've said in previous videos, I am using that heavily right now to top off my Capital One balance. But once I spend my Capital One points, it's going to be quite hard for me to get those balances back up. And so it might be smarter to go in towards a currency I feel like I could acquire much faster with an Amex membership rewards points. Well, I do not have many Amex MR points right now, as the only Amex card I have is a Blue Business Plus. Once I get into that ecosystem, I should be acquiring those points like candy. Amex loves to give out no lifetime language offers, and I could get a few Amex cards in a very rapid succession. When looking at the credits here, an $84 Dunkin' credit, I'd probably bank that every month and maybe use it to buy coffee every once in a while, buy some donuts. There is a Dunkin' near me, and if I do need to pick me up during work, it's not that far away, and it might be better than some other options like drinking soda, which I put way too much money towards. Also, the $100 Resy credit. There's a lot of Resy restaurants near me. I can find an excuse to go to them, a couple times a year. Plus, I can stack that with my Delta Reserve card, and I found out that if you ask the waitress to split your purchase up very nicely, they'll do it for you. The $100 dining credit specifically, I love Five Guys, and I don't go there because it can be a little expensive sometimes. But if I can get $10 off my burger, I could go once a month. Also, the hotel collection is kind of an interesting credit. I book 2-night hotels every once in a while. I haven't used the hotel collection before previously, but I might be able to find a little bit of value with that. Then finally, the Uber Cash. I get $10 of rideshare with my reserve anyway, and so to stack that, now that I'm in California, I can see myself using Uber a lot more. And if I don't, I can do an Uber Eats pickup order, and I can probably get like $95 out of that $120. So the annual fee here, it's $325. But if I look to kind of lower my annual fees in other places, I wouldn't mind swapping that with an Amex Gold card. I just want to thank everyone for getting to the end of this video. I'm kind of curious, what credit card are you looking to add to your portfolio in the next couple of months? And which of these 5 cards do you think I should be prioritizing for my setup next? Just want to thank you all again. If you liked the video, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Have a great rest of your day.